What you're watching here is was actually was Stacey Coley footage. Yeah, footage of Stacey Coley versus Anthony Walker. Stacey Coley versus Anthony Walker. In high school. Actually, in high school, Anthony Walker was out of Pace. Stacey Coley was out of Northeast. High school, Anthony Walker ended up going to Northwestern. Stacey Coley went to the University of Miami, as we all know. Yeah, Stacey Coley went to the University of Miami, as we all know. Successful at the University of Miami. I say he was successful. But in the video, man, this is one of FOOTBALLVILLE's early videos. I used to call it Dolo Cam, when I would just put the camera on the player, and then whatever he does is what he does. And this was Stacey Coley's Dolo Cam. And him and Anthony Walker almost get into a fight by the end, and then Stacey Coley just goes off. You know what I'm saying? Like he just goes off. The man was super smooth. So yeah, man, listen, if you want to get involved with the stock market, you look at the bottom, scrolling at the bottom, we got the stock pick of the day, KOSS. I'm not sure where it is. Stock pick of the day, KOSS. Let's see what it's doing today. It's up 21%, which is awesome. It's up 21%. It was down yesterday 18%. So it's up today 21%. So that's our stock pick of the day. If y'all want to get involved with the stock market, bro, listen. CCI, man, we've created a system where you could get involved with the stock market this morning. All you do is you get on the platform, invest, get on the platform, and then you copy what we're doing. We show you what we're doing, bro. You can see what we're doing. Basically, you can see what we're doing, our thoughts, our ideas. What's going on, bro? What's going on, Atticus? Yo, Roberts, whoa, what's good? Yeah, you can see what we're doing. You can see what we're doing. And you just got, all you have to do is copy it. You got any questions, man, we'll help you out. Listen, I've been talking it since I left, man. Cleavon Boston, what's good? You making your money money for you, bro. You can't beat it. Your money can work faster. Your money can work faster for you than you ever could work. You can't do enough overtime. What's good? You can't do enough overtime. Listen, on the screen, what y'all see, man, is the old FOOTBALLVILLE. Ooh, that's Stacey Coley. Stacey Coley in high school won the FOOTBALLVILLE Dolo Cam. And we used to call it Dolo Cam. Dolo Cam. I used to go to the game and I would just put the camera on one player, which was a star player, and then let it ride. You know what I'm saying? Right here, that's Anthony Walker. Him and Stacey Coley about to fight. Anthony Walker is the Indianapolis Colts linebacker right now. Him and Stacey Coley about to fight. They about to get into it. Stacey Coley was a little brash. Stacey Coley was a little brash. Yeah, man. He was a little aggressive in high school. He had a little attitude problem. But after the fight, watch this. Watch what Stacey Coley do. Well, they didn't fight. Let's get this straight. They didn't fight. But after the little melee, and then the very next play. This was the very next play. And that's how you talk in games. Very next play, he scored a touchdown. Stacey Coley was unstoppable in high school, bro. It was one of the smoothest things I've seen. Oh, they should have thrown that. Oh, they did throw it. He was nasty, bro. Stacey Coley was nasty. But this is old Footballville stuff, man. Dolo cam, I used to call it. I would just go put the camera on one player. And just whatever he does is what he does. So you can see him when he got the ball, when he didn't have the ball. It wasn't like a highlight. And I realized real fast that it only kind of worked for Duke Johnson. It didn't really work for a lot of other people. It only kind of worked for Duke Johnson because he was so exciting with the ball. So learned that really fast. So yeah, man, y'all get in here, hit the like button for me, man. Share to your groups, your football groups. On your Facebook or on your Twitter, on your text messages. I know y'all got the text message groups with all the football players in. Clavon Boston, you work, Clavon? Clavon, you work, dog. Clavon, every time I'm in the kitchen, you in the kitchen. Eating all the pig feet, all the hog maw. So yeah, bro. So today 11. Oh man, 11 is coming up real fast. We got press conference with Manny and Lashlee. Spring practice about to start. And you already know what time it is when spring practice starts. Everything get crazy. Everybody want to know what's going on. Who looking good, and then it's never really what happens when the season come around. Not really. Yeah, so the first day of practice, March the 15th, then the 16th, 18th, then the Saturday 20th. And we have no access to it. Yeah, and we have zero access to it. So yeah, you come in, man, hit the like button for us and share for us. Hit the like button for us and share for us. Let's see. We got stock pick of the day, KOSS. Let's see what's going on in the stock market. Look, stock pick of the day, KOSS. Let's see what's going on in the stock market. I'm gonna try to explain to y'all what's going on. Stock pick of the day, KOSS. Let's see what's going on. Full screen the thing. So KOSS. The guy that decommitted, Jamal Johnson, yeah, man, he said he wasn't really feeling the coaching changes. We may be able to get him back, though. So KOSS, the stock pick of the day, right now it's up 22%. That's what I'm seeing. KOSS up 22%. What does that mean? If you had $1,000 in KOSS, and my math sucks right now, if you had $1,000 in KOSS, you would have $1,220 or something like that. If you had 10,000, so forth, you would now have 10,200, and that's how it works. That's how it works. So KOSS is up, GameStop is up $8. Some of my other stuff I got in my portfolio. So yeah, that's how it works. So it's up 20%. So if you had 10,000 in there, you'll now have $200 in 30 minutes. That happened. The stock market opened in an hour. You know what I'm saying? And as the day go on, it may go up, it may go down, but you didn't work for that money, bro. All you did was invested it. You understand? All you did invested it. That boy, what's going on, bro? Yeah, shout out that boy, man. That boy is a real Footballville fan, bro. True to the heart. When he get old enough, man, we're gonna get him to put him to work. Try to take him out of town with us one time, man. His mom was tripping, man. Go out of town with who? No, we don't know nothing around there. Bostic, you say you're on the morning shift, but the people lay back. Y'all hit the like button for me, man. Make sure y'all share for us. Listen, the Morning Breath Show going down basically Monday through Saturday. Is going to be early, 6:30, early in the morning usually. I'm just on here a little later today. But yeah, usually it'll be 6:30 in the morning. I don't know if we're going to run into the press conference. We might run into the press conference. May be able to let y'all hear the press conference. I don't know. Y'all want to hear the press conference? Hear what many of them talking about? Y'all don't want to hear the press conference, do y'all? Nah. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Y'all want to hear the press conference? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Y'all want to hear the press conference? Today, Friday, man. Listen, man. Day Friday. Take some of your money, man. Invest and get involved with CCI, man. Send me a text, 786-459-499. Take some of your money, man. Stop investing it. You too, Woody. All on Instagram with your money, flashing your money, boy. Let's invest that money, man. Make that money work. Make that money grow. Talking to you, Woody. So where we at? Where we at with KOS? KOS up 24%. That's good stuff. KOS up 24% today. That's good stuff. That's a stock pick of the day. Up 24%. Yeah, Woody, man, we're going to talk to you, man. You're never too young to invest, bro. You got to learn how money really works, big dog. Share the video for us, Woody, man. Get out there. Get on the grind, man. Go put the video on some of the groups. Woody, you should be at work. Shouldn't you, big dog? I mean, you should be at school, right? What you doing, Woody? They play Monday, right? Yeah. Yeah, we're going to try to make it out there Monday for the girl flag game. I know y'all got Footballville. Y'all got Footballville Destiny on the team. So yeah, so right now the Canes don't have a lot of recruits. But I don't think it matters anymore. That's the CCI in the back, man. Conscientious Capital. That's our website in the background. CCI, we invest in that. If you get involved with the stock market with us, that's the platform that you'll be on. CCI, it's in the background right there. Yeah, but I don't think it matters anymore, man. With the transfer portal, it don't matter like how fast they get on recruits anymore, bro. I don't think so. You think your sister play quarterback? You don't know what position your sister play, bro? Yeah. With the transfer portal, bro, I don't think it matters anymore. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but I don't think it matters. So yeah, you may see them moving a little slower these days because you can just dip your head right into the portal and pull out whatever you're trying to pull out. You understand? It's crazy, but you can. You can dip your head right in the portal and pull out whatever you're trying to pull out. So us being behind, it may be because the game plan may be changing. Yeah. The game plan may be changing for a lot of colleges. I've been talking about it. I've been speaking on it. Stock pick of the day, KOS says, let's see where we at. 26 to almost 27%. I mean, you see how that worked? Almost 27%. So yeah. So basically, Miami started off slow, right? Miami started off slow in the transfer portal. I mean, in the recruiting. And I've had a couple people asking me, hey, man, what's going on with the recruiting, man? Miami ain't yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, listen, bro, I've been yelling transfer portal for a minute now. I really have. I've been yelling transfer portal for a minute. And y'all, I guess y'all wasn't paying attention. And then this is just me talking. I may ask Manny a question this morning about the portal. I might ask him a question about the portal. But this is just me talking. I don't see. Yeah, I don't see the rush. You know what I'm saying? I don't see the rush anymore because you can go in the portal and get a player that's ready to play now. So the recruiting urgency, yeah, it may slow down. Jordan Hayden, what's going on? Big Kane, what's going on? He say Buki say Stacy was balling when he played for Pal Broncos together. That's because earlier, man, we had a Stacy Coley video up there. One of my old Dolo Camp videos of Stacy Coley versus Anthony Walker. Mad Max, what's going on, bro? Yeah, Stacy Coley versus Anthony Walker in high school. Some vintage footballville stuff, man. Nobody ain't been around like me, man. Nobody ain't got the things I got, man. And what we got coming up next, bro, is finna blow your mind. What's coming up next about to blow your mind? Yeah, it's gonna blow your mind. Y'all seen the 6'6" kid from Ocala, bro? Crazy. I know y'all seen the 6'6" kid from Ocala. We're gonna try to get up and close with him, the 6'6" kid from Ocala. I know y'all seen him. Y'all seen this kid? 6'6". I forgot how much they say he weighed, bro. Out of Ocala, I think he's 6 foot. I forget how tall he is. Well, he's 6'6". What am I talking about? I just said he's 6'6" 8 times. Like, the heck going on, man? It's Friday, man. TGIF. You saw me on Coach Hayes' show, Mad Max? Yeah, bro. Listen, man. Coach Hayes doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing. Coach Hayes doing his thing. Yeah, so I had to jump on with him, man. We'll have him on our show soon. Gonna try to see if we can work together, man. Make some stuff happen. See something, man. Yeah, we're gonna try to see if we can work together, man. Make some stuff happen, man. But yeah, man, this is a 6'6" kid out of Ocala. I think I met him one time last year at a national championship. He was a younger kid then, though. Kid is a behemoth, man. Kid is unreal. You can go live on Instagram, man. I don't even know how to go live no more, man. What the heck? Instagram changed the button so much. I don't even know how to go live no more. But yeah, man, what y'all looking at, kid, man? He's 6'6". Kid is huge. I think I met him once last year. We're gonna try to get up there, man. Shoot a special on him or something. I don't know what to say about that, man. The kid is out of this world. See, when you're that big, man, coaches they just walk in, bro. When you're that big, the coaches just walk in, man, and be like, who that is? You'd be like, don't know. They'd be like, get him off him. And it'd be as simple as that. He's 13 years old, man. He's 6'6", 13 years old. Yeah, man, it'd be as simple as that, man. Coaches see his size, they be like, get him off him, man. We'll deal with that. We'll deal with that later. So what's going on, man? We live on Instagram right now. We live on Instagram right now. Look, let me see. Yeah, when you that big, man, they just throw you off, bro. Woody, you on Instagram too, man? How you on both of them, Woody? Supposed to be in class, big dog. You doing a lot. You supposed to be in class, homie. You supposed to be in class, homie. You doing a lot, like Woody. Woody on the Instagram. Woody everywhere. Woody on the YouTube. You on the Instagram. So yeah. Big homie 6'6", man. 13 years old, 6'6". Huge kid. Huge kid. Like I was saying, listen, if you want to get started investing, man, just hit us up, stock market. You want to get started, we got a platform we created for people that don't know anything about it to get started. Another thing, Make a Play 7-on-7 going down March the 20th. We in Fort Myers. So hit us up, DM us on Instagram, DM us, send us an email, footballvillesouth@gmail.com. Hit us up, man. You know any 7-on-7 teams want to get involved. Yeah, man, he's 6'6", man. We'll just say, geez. That boy say, geez. Yeah. Shout out to all my members, man. All the members, man. Shout out to all the members. Appreciate y'all, man. And on Instagram, listen, there's the link right there. I don't even know if y'all can click that link. What's going on, Keith? I don't even know if y'all can click that, but that's the link. That's the link, man. Y'all want to come get involved with the Morning Breath Show? We're doing this thing Monday through Saturday. Usually kick off about 6:30. But I got a question for y'all, man. All these stimulus checks that came out, right? Out of all these stimulus checks, I haven't got one. You know what I'm saying? I haven't got one stimulus check. I don't know why. I don't know if it's child support. I don't know what it is. I haven't got one, and I don't really care to get a handout from the government like that. Not really like that. Don't really pay attention to it like that. But my question is this: what are y'all doing with y'all stimulus checks? When y'all get it? However you spell stimulus. I should know how to spell it. It's everywhere. What are y'all doing with y'all stimulus checks when y'all get it, man? Please let me know in the comment section. Because it's funny, man. It's funny how people, we always talk about when you start talking about investing your money and stuff like that, and people always say, well, I don't got no money like that to invest. People always say stuff like that. Well, I don't got no money like that to invest. But every year, motherfuckers cheat on their taxes, get $5,000 back. You know what I'm saying? Every year they cheat on their taxes, get $5,000 back, and don't do nothing with it, but like pay bills, burn it, and just blow it. You know what I'm saying? But that $5,000, bro, if you put it somewhere in the right place, bro, it could grow, man. So I want to know, man, what y'all doing? Mad Max say he tricking. The man is word, big dog. Mad Max say he's tricking his stimulus check off, man. Yeah, I want to know what y'all gonna do with y'all stimulus check, man. Like I say, I haven't got one stimulus check. I don't know if my baby mama getting it. I don't know where it's going, man. I haven't got near one of them, man. Don't look forward to getting one. Florida Kane say they spend it before they even get it. Sean say he preparing for another 2020. I don't even know how much it is. How much is it? 1,400 or something like that. But yeah, bro, like I bring that up because sometimes we get money that we didn't even know we were going to get, and then we get it, and we blow it. Like we throw it up at this club, get a Gucci belt, rush to pay all our bills. And I just say that, man, to just say that, listen, man, we have money. We have money come through our hands. We just give it all up. We give it all up to the big corporations. We give it back to the man. We spend it on BS. And we just don't. We spend it on things we want to spend it on to make us feel good. You know what I'm saying? And never really put our money to work for us. That's a question I had. Kenny said he's spending $400. He's saving 1,000. You gonna save it, Kenny? Where you saving it at, Kenny? Please don't say the bank, Kenny. Please don't say the bank. Your money in the bank don't do nothing for you, big dog. Your money in the bank don't do nothing for you. So please don't say the bank. Don't say the bank. Your money in the bank just sit there. Just sit there. 3%. Your money in the bank. They say they're gonna give you 3% at the end of the year. That's what they say. We're gonna give you 3% at the end of the year. So listen, let's talk for a second about that. Now we're talking about stimulus checks and money and the bank and stuff like that. So you go to the bank and you open a savings account and they say, we're gonna give you 3% on your money at the end of the year. That's what the bank say, right? I put out a stock of the day, a stock pick of the day. I put out the stock pick of the day, KOSS. And we looked at it a minute ago, it was 20%. KOSS right now is up 34%. Quick lesson, man. You know I'm giving y'all these stock lessons, man, because it's about football and managing money. And boy, our football players need the ones who make it need to, know what I'm saying, manage their money. So stock pick of the day, KOSS is up 30%. The bank says, hey, put your money in the bank, and at the end of the year, we give you 3%. Or put it in an IRA or put it in one of these bonds, and we get, you know what I'm saying? And they give you 3%, 4%, whatever it is. In the stock market today, my stock pick of the day is up 30%. It's the same percentages, bro. It's not a different percent. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is 30% today. So if you had $1,000 in there, you will now have, do the math on that. $1,000, $1,300 is $1,300. You had $10,000 in there, you will now have $13,000. $13,000. The stock market only been open for a minute, and there's a stock that's up 30%. Why is the bank offering us 3%, bro? That's my question. You know what I'm saying? So when I ask y'all what y'all doing with y'all stimulus checks, a good idea would be to invest it, but I can't tell you what to do with your money. It's your money. But I think that'll be a good idea. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's with us, with what we created, or whether it's with yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? A good idea would be to put it somewhere and watch it work. And then you understand how money works, how money could work for you. And then you wouldn't be working so hard to chase money. Let me read some of these conversations. Sean said he actually going to take my advice and invest it. There you go, Sean. Keenan said he put his in cash. Keenan said he invests his money. James Johnson said he's trying to get into the stock market. Well, bro, listen, we talk every morning about the stock market and about a system that right there behind it, Conscientious Capital. That's the website. A system we created. If y'all can see that in the background back there, a system we created to help people who don't know how to invest, just jump in the stock market, and y'all just copy what we do. We show you what we do, you copy it, and you start investing. Yeah, so that was one of the questions this morning, man. I just wanted to know what y'all was doing to our stimulus check, man. I ain't getting down one of them. I don't know if they mail it, or they send it to your bank account. I asked my baby mama one time, I was like, hey, man, let me ask you a question. Like, did the stimulus come in not your name? Like, no? Okay. She won't tell me anyway. I mean, she wouldn't tell me if she got it or not. She wouldn't tell me anyway, but still. So yeah, bro. That'd be a good idea. Got a press conference here at 11 o'clock with Manny Diaz and Rhett, Lashlee. Spring football practice about to start. Give me a thumbs up if y'all want to hear the press conference. I don't know if y'all really care for the press conferences, man, but we got a press conference here with Manny Diaz and Rhett Lashlee. And shout out to Instagram. What's going on Instagram, man? See what the heck going on over here. I don't know how hood that boy is on Instagram and on YouTube. I don't know how many phones this man got. James, you say you need a little guidance, man. Well, they're scrolling at the bottom. They're the phone number right now. Send us a text, bro, and we can get you started, man. If you're willing to invest in yourself a little bit, man, you're on your way. I invest in myself a lot. I spend a lot of money on learning things, classes, courses, learning how things work. Cause believe me, they did not tell us. It wasn't in school. It ain't in college. They don't tell us how these things work. Kane said he gonna get some more Jordans. I think some of those Jordans hold value, don't they? I think they do. I mean, the shoe boom was the shoe industry was booming at one point in time. I think it kind of chilled out a little bit, but I think some of those Jordans hold a little value. But yeah, that's what we usually do though. Go get a Gucci belt, $300, Jordan, $200. We feel good after that. You know what I'm saying? We feel good after that. So yeah, it's a press conference today, 11 o'clock. We got Manny Diaz, we got Rhett Lashlee press conference. And they're probably going to talk about what's coming up, who's hurt, who'll be at practice. Let's get out here. Before we got here, let's see what a stock pick of the day, KOSS, is up 30%. Yeah, they're going to talk about who will practice and who's hurt. We're gonna ask a bunch of generic questions, and then we're gonna get out of there. We'll get out of there. Right now, what else we got going on? Make sure y'all go follow us on Instagram, bro. Instagram and Twitter, FOOTBALLVILLE Nation, FOOTBALLVILLE on Twitter, Caneville305, Caneville on Twitter. Make sure y'all follow us and hit us up. And Make a Play 7-on-7. We got March the 20th in Fort Myers, bro. Y'all go check that out. If y'all know any 7-on-7 teams, hit them up. James, in some of these comments, James said, "See, I invest in the stock. You can buy whatever you want to." I'm tired of paycheck to paycheck. James say he'll invest. I can buy whatever I want to buy. He's tired of living paycheck to paycheck. Yes, James, man. Yes. It was set up for us to live paycheck to paycheck, like crackheads, like a hamster wheel. So you can just keep going back every 2 weeks and get your little check that keep you afloat, and you go back and you get your little check and they keep you afloat. But the people who own the businesses, they don't get paid every 2 weeks. That's not how they make money. He says Acorn account jumped up this morning. You got Acorn, bro? You got Acorn? Your Acorn account jumped up this morning? No, man, listen, man. Like I said, I just gave y'all another quick lesson, man. Your money will work for you. The bank say you get 30. The bank say you get 3% at the end of the year on your money, man. We got stock pick of the day, KOSS. It's up right now, 30% this morning. So make that make sense for me, please. Please make that make sense for me. That a bank is selling you that hey, we're gonna give you 3% at the end of the year on your money and dividends. When you can just sit your money in a stock, man, and then one day it can make 30%. One day it can make 100%. So please make that make sense for me, big dog. It don't make sense for us, but we just kind of do what we told to do. So yeah, that's what we got going on today, man. All y'all concerned about the Miami Hurricanes and recruiting, and that they don't have a lot of recruits yet. All y'all concerned about that. I've been yelling transfer portal, and I think we may see it. James Dustin, that's what's up. I think we may see it coming soon, bro. I think we may see the effects of the transfer portal because a school can just go in the transfer portal and grab a player that's ready to play. So now it's like, and some of them may start pumping the brakes on these offers. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, oh, man, I just got Darren King out the transfer portal. I just got Bubba Bolton out the transfer portal. I just got Jalen Phillips out the transfer portal. You understand? So it's like, I got 5 wide receivers out of high school last year. None of them played. Not Nan, no some trick daddy. Not Nan one played. Got 5 of them out of high school last year. Not Nan one played. So I'm sure colleges are starting to look at it like, especially the colleges that lose the recruiting battle all the time. I'm sure they're looking at the transfer portal, licking their chops. Man, listen, bro, it's 1,000 kids in the transfer portal. 25 of them found schools. Soon, the schools are going to have to hire somebody to manage the transfer portal to see what's in it. That's how bad that's how bad it's going to be. It's coming soon. Soon. I'm gonna say it again. Soon the college is gonna have to hire somebody, a team of people to manage what's in the transfer portal, because it's gonna be like everybody like who can get to the best players first. Remember I said it, bro. I said it here first, man. Remember I said that. So y'all in here, bro, hit the like button for me, man, and share for me. I totally appreciate it. Send it, put it in your text groups. I know all y'all got these secret crane text groups with all the bad information in them. I know y'all got them. I know they out there. Yeah, put it in your text group for us, bro. And help us out. That'll help us out a lot. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, wherever you got to share that. Wherever you got going on. What else we got going on, man? I see they still after T.I. and Tiny, bro. I don't know what that's about, man. They finna run a play on T.I. and Tiny, man. They same play every time, man. Every time, same play. Let's see what else we got going on, man. Let's see what else we got going on. But yeah, we got 15 minutes for this press conference start. So yeah, man, y'all don't want to listen to the press conference. That's cool. That's cool, man. I get off on here, man, and be a part of the press conference, man. Ask a couple questions or something. Handle that with Manny and old Rhett Lashlee. Try to find out who who's healthy, who's not. Would De'Aaron King be back? All those questions. All those the little stale questions that's gonna get asked today. Are they begging the Coastie Perry to come back in case we don't have De'Aaron King to start versus Alabama? I don't know, man. And man, March 20th, make a play going down in Fort Myers. That's 7-on-7. Y'all want to get involved? Send us a DM on Instagram or footballvillesouth@gmail. You can email us. Y'all want to get involved, man? Let's make a play 7-on-7. Going down. Let me get some of these comments in here, man. I'll read some of these comments. See what we got going on. Instagram, what's going on, bro? Who in here, man? Everybody waving. Read some of these comments, man. Let's see. Read some of these comments. That boy he said the 6'6" kid big and soft. That boy, you don't even know him, man. You hating, man. You don't even know him, that boy, and you hating. Oh man, you hating, that boy. You don't even know him. Straight hate. James Johnson, you say you join as soon as you get your stimulus. Shout out to them stimulus checks, man. Like I said, I never got one before, bro. I ain't got now one, man. I think my baby mama smuggling my stimulus check. I don't know what's going on. I haven't got one of them things. I see we got girls football going down. We got Central and Northwestern going down Monday. We're gonna go out there and check that out. Girls flag football. You see, we had Destiny on the show recently. We got coming up on the show, man. We got Julian Armello. We're trying to get DJ Dallas to get on the show. Uncle Luke, man, should be coming to the show soon. Talk some high school football. Got a couple more lined up, man. So yeah, man. So stock pick of the day is KOSS. I think it's up 30% or something crazy like that. That's a stock pick of the day. And I was asking the people, man, what are they doing with their stimulus checks, man? Just to see what they're doing with it. See if they're gonna do something smart with it. See what they got going on. That boy, you say you about to go to sleep? Lewis said, great show with Coach Hayes, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all, man. We went on for about 3 hours, didn't we, man, with Coach Hayes last night, bro? We talked about 7-on-7 and we talked about kind of everything. But I appreciate that, man. Read some more of these comments. Clutch Shooter said he 5'8", 175 pounds. Is that good for an upcoming freshman linebacker? Clutch, it's not about where things are good or not. You know what I'm saying? If you were 6'5", 200 pounds coming in as a freshman linebacker, that'll be great. But you're not. You're 5'8", and we don't know what you're going to grow to be. Don't look at life that way. You know what I'm saying? Don't look at life. That's not how you should look at life. Don't look at life as things good or bad. Look at it as this is my situation, and I'm about to go hard to make it out to what I wanted to be. Yeah, so it's not really a good or a bad thing. You and I know, Clutch, if you were 6'5" in the 8th grade, you'll be better off. But you're not. So you're 5'8", 175 pounds. We don't know if you're going to have a growth spurt, whatever. We don't know if you're going to grow. I'm sure you will, but make the best out of what you have, because you can't really, you feel me, Clutch? Like you can't, like, if you ain't got it, you can't deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So ain't no use of dwelling on that. You feel me? All right, Instagram, we're gonna shut it down, man. See if I got some comments on Instagram. Terrence says, so does Hoover really recruit players in high school? The Crib say you love them Heat, man. Hey, I love the Heat, man. I ain't watched one Heat game this year yet, Crib. I haven't sat down and watched. I haven't had time to sit down and watch an NBA basketball game yet, bro. Not one. I want to see Lonzo Ball play. I want to see my man Zion play. I got 2 Zion rookie cards. I ain't gonna tell you how much I paid for them. I got 2 Zion rookie cards. I want to see my man Lonzo Ball play. I'm trying to get Lonzo Ball rookie cards, but I haven't had time to sit down and watch an NBA game yet. Man, I'm like, man, too much ripping and running, too much, just too much business, too lot going on, man. Javante said, will Miami record be better than UF next year? What y'all think about that? Y'all think Miami record be better than Florida record next year? These Canes fans in here gonna kill you, Javante. They gonna kill you. In here talking about go Gators. They gonna kill you, bro. Chalk Kane say great advice. Yeah, man. Listen, man. You can't really bank on what you don't have. Eric England, you looking for a high school 7-on-7? Hit us up, man. Hit me up. Send me a text, 786-288-1775. Send me a text. Or hit me up on Instagram or whatever, where you at. Facebook, hit me up, Eric, so we can get you involved, man. We got maybe 5 more tournaments left, man. We're going to Naples. We're going to Fort Myers on the 20th. We go to Cocoa. Come get your team involved with it, bro. Rail said Corey Flagg gonna lock down the middle linebacker position. We making it say when I'm coming to y'all games. Who you play for? We making it. Tell me when I'm coming to y'all game. Boston, you missed it with Coach Hayes, man. Nah, man, we had a good time on there, man, with Coach Hayes last night, man. We started talking about 7-on-7. Then we started talking about recruiting and colleges and recruiting kids. and how there's a certain height standard of kid that colleges have on a piece of paper, and that's how they recruit kids. And we're not sure if it's effective enough or not. We're not sure. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're not sure if it's effective. So yeah, man, spring practice about to kick off. All right, Instagram, I'm gonna get up out of here. Spring practice about to kick off. Um, spring practice about to kick off. 11 o'clock. There's a press conference with Manny. We get Manny, and then we're gonna get Lashlee in the press conference. I asked y'all to give me a thumbs up if y'all wanted to listen, and nobody ain't really want to listen, so we're gonna roll with it the way it is. Let's see what we got going on. Let's see what we got going on. Yeah, so like everybody that's concerned, man, with the recruiting right now, um, I wouldn't be concerned as long as we have something called a transfer portal. I really wouldn't be that concerned about it, to be honest with you. As long as we have something called a transfer portal, it really wouldn't bother me much. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it really wouldn't bother me that much. So I'm getting checked into the press conference, man. We got David Ferraris, Barry Jackson, Inside the U, Donovan Campbell. Y'all know Donovan Campbell, Channel 7. Put my name in here. So we locked in, man. 11 o'clock that start. We locked in. So yeah, I may let y'all check out some of that. Um, yeah, I may let y'all check out some of that. Okay, yes. So I'm trying to get locked in here. So we got Lashlee, and we're gonna have Lashlee, and we're gonna have Manny Diaz at 11 o'clock. I don't know if y'all want to hear Manny talk. Oh boy. Trying to get locked in here. Okay, I think we in, bro. I think we in. So yeah. So while we sit here and wait, bro, see what's going on. See what's going on with the stock pick of the day. Stock pick of the day is up 27%.
Recording in progress.
That's how it goes. It's up 27%.
Recording stopped.
Andy, can you hear me?
Yeah. So let me know if y'all can hear.
Awesome. Thanks, brother.
What you say? All he's gonna give us is politician talk. He's not gonna tell us the truth about anything. The Dior say, "Can I get recruited, please?" Dior, who you play for, bro? Dior and his piece trying to get recruited. Dior said, "Can I get recruited, please?" So yeah, we're waiting for Manny Diaz to come on. We're waiting for Manny to jump in here. Come talk about what's coming up in the spring and all of that stuff. Let me see how many people we got in here. Oh, we got a lot of people in here now. Matt Shadell, Inside You, Donovan Cameron, David Wilson, Chrissy, Barry Jackson. See, for these type press conferences, for the first press conferences, man, everybody comes for these initial press conferences. Everybody being here. Listen, man, y'all got any questions for Manny? Any questions y'all want to ask Manny, man? Give me a question. Give me a question. It's something y'all want to ask Manny Diaz. It's something that y'all want to know.
Recording in progress.
Coach Diaz, can you hear us? I certainly can. Awesome. Thanks for joining us for a few minutes here, Coach. Before we get started with spring practice, we're going to start with an opening statement from Coach Diaz, and we'll go into questions from our media. But go ahead, Coach.
Yes, it's good to see everybody again. Kind of exciting day here in our program. It's really the last day of our winter quarter. When we come back Monday, we'll start spring practice and kind of get into spring quarter. A couple weeks later than normally
CEO.
what we would do for this time of year, and part of that design is we
Appreciate
really wanted
that, CEO,
to,
bro. You up there with Manny, big dog.
7-week go in our weight room, and we felt like last year.
Can y'all hear? Give me a thumbs up if y'all can hear me.
The time off, the lockdown because of COVID, we just didn't feel like our team
CEO, appreciate that, dog.
hit the strength benchmarks that we felt like that we needed to. And it's been encouraging to see our guys really get after it, and the work that Dave Feely and his staff have done in the weight room with our players. I think we're not even, I mean, we'll continue to lift pretty heavy throughout spring ball, and we'll max out at the end of the semester. We've already had, I think, 30 guys hit PRs. We've got a siren down there in the weight room. When a guy hits a PR, he cranks the siren, and it's been going off out there today. There's actually a group still in there lifting right now, sort of the last lift in this quarter. So it's been fun to see the guys work and develop. We also, obviously, we have a unique situation here. We have a lot of guys on our roster, more than you would during the spring. But the other bit of encouraging news, we hit the most, champions we've ever had for our winter quarter. Those are guys that don't miss any obligation, every class, every study hall, every appointment, the guys in that group is in double figures higher than it's been for the previous two winter quarters we've had in this program. So, a lot of guys doing the right thing in our program. Excited to get on the grass on Monday, get back to playing some football. First 2 days, of course, are some helmets, but it'll be good to be back on Green Tree Field and seeing our guys go out there and compete. So with that, I'll open up for questions.
Thanks, Coach. We're going to start with Chris Stock from Inside the U. Chris, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, I was just curious if you had any status updates on, guys like Jalen Knighton or any other guys that might not be out there completely, or some, and also if there's any position changes or guys that you want to give a look at different spots in the spring.
Yeah, Jalen Knighton will be full go for spring. The guys who will be out for spring ball, I mean, obviously Derek King. And Derek is just doing Derek King things in the training room with his rehab. He's smashing every benchmark and every goal that they put in front of him, to the point where we almost have to slow him down. But it's been fun to see him, back moving around and being with our guys. Will Mallory and Jade Silvera both had some maintenance work done on their shoulders. They'll be out for spring ball. Al Blades is, he has been cleared now, but is now simply just working back towards fitness. So we're going very slow and being very cautious. And I just heard another siren in there, so there's another PR. So we're being very cautious with Al in terms of bringing him back. I don't have the timetable for where that'll be, but he's cleared back for physical activity, but we're going very, very slow in terms of how we build back in his cardiovascular foundation. Other than that, there might be some guys that are limited, in terms of getting them back. Jake Garcia will be limited for the first few spring practices, just coming off of an injury he had at the end of his senior year in high school. But he'll be able to do, 7-on-7 and one-on-ones and individual drills and all those type of things. So there may be a few others, but those are the main guys.
Coach, we're going to go next to Manny Navarro from The Athletic. Manny, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. I know you were hopeful that you'd be able to get recruits on campus during spring ball. Obviously, that's not the case anymore with the NCAA pushing the deadline back. But I'm curious, do you still have plans to maybe have Paradise Camp return in the summer? And it's in terms of commitments, I know you guys don't have many right now in the 2022 class. Does that concern you at all, or do you feel like eventually, once guys are on campus, things are going to start to speed up in that front?
No, we're not concerned at all about not having commitments, because we know everywhere, just talking to the recruits, that once under the assumption that things open up in some way in the summertime, whether even it just goes quiet, which means that they can take visits to your campus, it's going to be, everyone's going everywhere. So I don't know what good a commitment is, and obviously we've made some strides to sort of get out of the decommitment game here at Miami. So I don't, guys being committed and then running around taking a bunch of official visits in the summertime. There's no recruiting cycle that's like the cycle that this group is going through right now. So yeah, I mean we're
Manny
preparing
doesn't
for
like
the summer. We definitely want to have Paradise Camp. We've been talking about
So
it.
that kind of explains
Some
why they
schools are
get on
trying to set
kids
dates.
so
Some
late.
schools are even setting visits without the
Sometimes.
knowledge of whether the fact that we'll be in a dead period or not.
Yeah, E1
So
is new. This
it's a little
right
bit
now. We
premature,
live,
but,
E1.
but we are. Yeah. Ideally, if things go the way we want to, we'll have Paradise. And I think you'll see a lot of guys taking visits in the summer, and I think you'll see a lot of commitments in the summer. A lot of guys committed now. Will they stick? That's always hard to say.
Coach with David Ferrones from the South Florida Sun Sentinel. David?
Hey, Manny, I wanted to get your take on any players that have stood out in mat drills and workouts. I know it's always tough to name some, and you don't want to exclude anyone, but anyone in particular making, I don't know if like a Jalen Phillips type of transformation, but just something that really stands out, and how to follow after that, if I could.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's always kind of hard to single guys out, but I'll just kind of go in position by position. Tyler Van Dyke is just a beast. That guy's such a the way he works, the way he does everything right. I mean, we split our team into these sort of accountability teams where everything in our program is a competition, including the off-season program, the mat drills. You want Tyler on your team. The guy scores highly in everything, every way you can measure a person in this program. He's top of the charts.
Wow.
Wow. The back's been good. Dom Mamorelli, I think, he was really, really good in our off-season program. Zion Nelson, continues to shine. It's been good to have Devon Donaldson be able to go through an entire off-season program. We've got so much more depth at offensive line. Ja'Kai Clark, he's lost some weight and is moving around really well. I mean, but you can go on and on with the guys on the offensive line. It's just fun to have as many returning guys in the competition that we're going to have in the spring. That's going to be a big deal for us this spring. Is we're going to, at almost all positions, we're going to rep all kinds of guys with the ones. This will be the most, the big question will be who's a one and who's a two. It'll be as meaningless this spring as it's ever been because we want to just find out who can play. We just have a unique situation with the depth we have on our football team now. We don't want a lot of guys to feel like they've attained some sort of status at all because that's definitely not the case. So that level of competition, I think, is really going to be exciting for us. And again, I could go through the list of just guys that have stood out and done well, but it's been I think we've been pleased as a coaching staff of in terms of accomplishing our goals we want in the offseason program.
The other question I had was Avante Williams. He announced he was clear, so getting him back, and then also Jalen Harrell moving to cornerback for the spring.
Yeah, so a couple things there. Avante, just so pleased for him. It's so difficult to come your first year and sort of be told that you can't play, and he had to just sort of do nothing for a long time in the fall, and then he could kind of do some, non-contact 7-on-7 stuff. Yeah, and just Avante's such a competitor. He just wants to play, and what he really did, and this is the best part of his story, is he really poured himself into his academic performance, got himself off to a great start academically, was pulling A's by the end of the semester, which was great news for him, which is really what we wanted him to be able to do in the fall. And so for him to get rewarded also in the weight room, really was able to transform his body and to be able to do those things, and the joy on his face and in his voice when he found out that he was going to go for the spring was really, really emotional. It was fun to hear. Jalen Harrell, Jalen played corner and safety in high school. He's got some length. We watched him move around in our off-season program. Certainly, we're a little thin there still, of course, obviously trying to get a guy like Al back in the mix. And we said, it's spring. Let's take a look at Jalen, see what he can do out there. But I could see on our back seven different types of mix and match. You could guys go from safety to striker. You have guys go from striker to will. There is some positional flexibility there that we'll use the next 15 days to try to find out just who we think can play.
Folks, we're going to go to Barry Jackson at the Herald. Barry?
Hi, Manny. I wondered if you had pursued any linebacker to this point in the transfer portal. Is that still something on your radar as a position you would like to address if the right player emerges? And want to ask you about two of the young linebackers in particular. Austin Cave, what he showed you last year. Obviously, he didn't play as much as Flag. And Avery Huff, certainly, a physical specimen. What does he have to do to be able to get on the field and help you guys?
Yeah, so let's talk about those guys, for example, because I think that'll answer the first part of your question. This is a big spring for both Tyreek and for Avery. As I mentioned before, those are guys that it hurts to not have spring football and the normal summer 7-on-7s and workouts like you normally have, because they just simply have to learn, what they're doing out there in terms of how to get lined up, who to look at, and what's your gap of responsibility. And it's not complicated. Obviously, we've had 3 true freshmen start a linebacker in the scheme in the past, but you got to lock it, you got to learn it, and we're gonna have a really good competition this spring. I think those guys understand the urgency. This spring, look, they're still young players. I know in recruiting at times and on the internet, there can be a lot of pressure for a guy to get it. Guys get it at different times, but they will get all the reps that they can handle this spring to find out, because the one thing they both have is, as you mentioned, they can both run. Tyreek, that's what we loved about him in high school. They both run, they can both hit, but you got to learn which way to run and who to hit. And so that's part of it, and that's what they'll do this spring. In terms of the question about the portal, what we'll do is, with linebacker, is what we'll do with any position, is if we come out of spring and feel like, maybe we don't have exactly what we need to compete for the things we want to compete for, then that is an option. It's always available. But you got to be smart in terms of how you use your numbers, and how long a guy can be in the program that you would take through that. So there's a lot that goes into all those things. But I'm excited right now about what's on our campus. I think our players feel good about what's on our campus, and now that we get a chance for 15 days to go see what they're all about.
Coach, we've got 2 more for you. We're going to go first to Andrea Adelson at ESPN. Andrea, go ahead.
Manny, you mentioned that De'Aaron was smashing benchmarks in his rehab. Can you just tell us where he is right now with that and what next steps are going to be for him? And then as a follow-up, what you're hoping to see out of the young quarterbacks this spring, because you're going to obviously have a lot of time to evaluate them.
Yeah, I think first and foremost with De'Aaron, he's at first it was on crutches, and then you see him walking around. Then the other day, I'm in the weight room, and he's on a exercise bike, and there's almost steam coming off the wheels because he's riding the thing so hard. He can, in a sort of stationary way, he can stand there and throw a short pass and do some of those type things. So, so I think now going forward, it'll just be the functional movements. I mean, we're still only 2 months and change from surgery. So again, it's that point where you start to feel good. You actually have to slow down. You have to be more careful now than you were the first 8 weeks, in essence, because he is getting around a little bit better. And he knows that, and obviously he's doing a great job working with our training staff. Is doing a great job with them. In terms of with the young quarterbacks, with Tyler and Jake and Peyton, there's a couple of things. I mean, number one, functionally, you want to see, can they do the things required to play quarterback in the scheme, right? Can they make the reads, make the throws, do those type of things? But I think what's fascinating this spring with De'Aaron's forced absence, right? Because we would find those things out even if De'Aaron was playing, right, with the reps that they would get, is despite being young guys, can they inspire the offense? Because what we saw is an entire football team, entire locker room transform with De'Aaron's presence. It's not just what he can do physically. It's what he does mentally and who he is that just it changes people around him. And I think one of the ways you want to measure a quarterback is do you stoke the belief of the players around you. And so I think that'll be fascinating. And it's not, you're actually not hoping for everything to go very well for them this spring. You want them to have some adversity to find out how they'll respond to that. And because one thing is the entire football team is watching you and they're watching your response. So we're able to see them go through that and go through some adversity for the first time. You want them to have some success, but you want them to see them fight back from throwing an interception or making the wrong read, and hey, next play, let's move on. So I think all that is going to be great 15 days, a great month for them to go through those things and prove their teammates that they're the guys to take this program forward.
Coach, this is the last one for you. This is David Wilson from the Miami Herald. David, go ahead.
Hey, Manny. First, a quick one. Spring game, do you know details for that, where it'll be, when it'll be, whether it'll be fans and all that kind of stuff?
Those things are all still being, ironed out. I would think, unfortunately, right now, given where things are, I think fans is still highly unlikely at this point. We are hoping to be in Hard Rock Stadium the second weekend in April, I believe, 17th. If things go according to plan, that will be our spring game. So it'll be great to be in the stadium, but I don't foresee, from what we're being told yet, just with where we're at. If you look at what's going on right now in college basketball, it's just a reminder we're not out of the woods yet. But be excited to be in the Hard Rock Stadium and again to get the young
I
boy
hear
back.
that. No spring game
in that environment will be good for us.
And then just this spring, you kind of have touched on it a couple times, but just the amount of players
What
you
you
have
say,
right
Eric
now
Raymond Ross,
with
what's going on, bro?
with the extra year. How does that just affect? It's kind of a big picture question, but how does it affect
Give me
things?
a question, man. What y'all want to ask
guys
Rhett
make position
Lashlee?
changes? Or are there certain ways that you're going into this spring that would be different than in past years because of how much experience is coming back?
Well, the way I look at it is that it should make the competition better. Because what happens invariably in spring is
Where's
you're
Susan?
going to go 1s versus 1s and 2s versus 2s, and you may have a 2 that you really like. What ends up happening is, well, the other side.
Right, a spring game, but no fans. No fans at a spring game. It's like not having spring game.
So there may be a guy. It's such a mismatch at times that the 2s, it's really difficult to really evaluate a guy on the 2s. Our 1s-on-1s should be pretty darn good, and our 2s-on-2s should be pretty darn good now as well. What you normally find that is up front offensive line.
Listen, man, Manny's a good talker, bro. Listen, man, when you hear Manny talk, man, he convinces you.
Quarterback drops back, he's instantly
He's
sacked.
a good talker.
So now you have a whole 2 secondary. You don't have any idea of whether those guys can play because they can't hold the ball long enough to get the ball thrown. I remember the scrimmage we had in Hard Rock 3 or 4 years ago where Greg Rousseau had like 17 sacks or something like that, and it was like, okay, I mean, are we really finding out? We found out that Greg Rousseau was pretty good, right? But beyond that, I don't know that we're really getting a lot to evaluate from the rest of the football team. So I see something that should have a lot more competitive balance, which
So he a politician.
Everyone better because the reps should be more game-like. And then the other point, because you have experience, you've got guys coming back in the same scheme. If you think about that offensively, that's the first time.
Because you pay for the regular season games.
And now you can really start to dive into the details of what we're doing, and sort of make that jump that we expect to make between year 1 and year 2 on offense. We're very pleased from where we came from to where we got to on offense, but everybody on that offensive side of this program, coaches, players alike, knows that it can go so much more, and there's statistical evidence of kind of making that year 2 jump. And the best way to make the year 2 jump is to have 15 really, really difficult practices going against a much more experienced defense. And so I think that's really what this odd opportunity of having such depth will give us.
Coach, thank you for spending a few minutes with us today, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you soon.
Yeah, Cam, before I go, I just want to send a little love if I can. We've got a little hurricane named Luca who's going through a courageous battle right now with leukemia. And the one thing we tell our guys on our team is that any tough battles we go through, you never go through them alone. We fight everything as a team. It's kind of the way we sort of build our culture here. And we just wanted to send for everybody in this program to let Luca know that he doesn't have to fight his battle alone. He's got all the U Nation behind him, and certainly everybody in our football programs behind him. And we got a little something coming his way to show the love and support that we have for him. So just wanted to send that out there.
Awesome. Thank you for doing that, Coach.
Okay, Cam. Thank you, everybody.
Talk to you soon.
So next we should have
Recording stopped.
get Donovan off the camera. Get Donovan camera. So next, man, we should have Rhett Lashlee, man. Anything y'all want to ask Rhett Lashlee, man? Anything stuck out to y'all about what Manny said? He bigged up Tyler Van Dyke. They asked him who's impressive, and he bigged up Tyler Van Dyke real early in the press conference. Me seasoned at this stuff, man. I pay attention to these things, bro. I pay attention to these things. So he's building up Tyler Van Dyke. You understand? He's giving Tyler Van Dyke confidence. That's how these things work. To me, what that says is this: we may need Tyler Van Dyke. You understand? So in the media, he gives them confidence. He says something in the media. Everybody prints it. It gets back to Tyler. Tyler believes that the coach believes in him. Is that saying? Is that right? Don snaps. Don said it before I said it. Right. So that's telling me that we may be Tyler Van Dyke for Alabama game. That's what that's what I kind of got out of that. That's that. Listen, that's me being Nostradamus, nigga whatever y'all want to call it. You know what I'm saying? That's me. That's me looking into the future, reading minds. I realize how these things. I'm starting to realize how these things work. You understand? So yeah. So let's pay attention to that. You know what I'm saying? Let's pay attention to that. Right. Right. So Negro Dumbers, exactly. Right. So yes, early in the press conference, Tyler Van Dyke is a beast.
Cam, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Thanks, Juice.
Early. So we got our guy, Mr. 30 points a game himself, Rhett Lashlee. What y'all want to ask Rhett Lashlee, man? Give me a question. I may ask Rhett Lashlee a question, man.
Everyone, please, just a reminder, if you can use the hand raise function and use it early, and make sure we get the questions in for Coach Lashlee, who will be joining us momentarily.
Recording in progress.
Coach Lashlee, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Great. Thank you for spending a few minutes with us today before camp gets started. And we're going to go spring practice, I should say. And we're going straight into questions. We'll start with David Ferrones from the Sun Sentinel. David, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Hope you're doing well. First, I guess let's start with the quarterbacks. What are you looking for out of those three guys that'll get a huge opportunity this spring with the De'Ara King recovering? And your early impressions of Jake Garcia, although I understand he's going to be limited.
Yeah, I'm just really excited for all three of those guys. For Tyler, for Peyton, and for Jake, and even Ryan Riss to get out there and just kind of go play, and compete and see them get the most reps they've gotten since they've been here. All those guys get reps at times with the guys that are running with the ones. And, just kind of go lead and be the guy, and just all that comes with that, and see how they respond, and how they respond to good and bad in practice, how they respond to scrimmage type situations. I think at the end of the day, there's still a lot of unknown. Obviously for Peyton and for Jake, and then while Tyler's had a phenomenal first year here, kind of give him a chance to go, get the bulk of those reps and see what he can do.
Coach, we're going to go next to Chris Stock at Inside the U. Chris, go ahead.
Coach, I was curious about the young receivers that you have coming back for their second season. Any of those guys that may be standing out in the offseason, mat drills, things like that, and then also just maybe what you're hoping for to see in spring ball here with those guys?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that stands out to me about those young receivers, and if I'm correct on who you're talking about, like Keyshawn Smith and Xavier Restrepo and Daj Worsham and Michael Redding, is they love ball, man. They're gym rats. And, they love it when they're in the weight room. They love it when they're out throwing with the quarterbacks. They love the meetings. They love everything about it, which is really been fun to see. Those guys, they're close, because when you come in with a class, you kind of get close to the guys in your class. To watch, really all of our wide receivers are working extremely hard, but to watch kind of the guys you asked about, the way they work, that's been pretty cool. And, again, the same thing really you asked about the quarterbacks and now the receivers is I'm just excited to watch all our guys go compete. Competition makes everybody better at every position. That's what's cool about spring is it's about us. It's not about getting ready to go play somebody in a few weeks. It's honestly, we're excited we get to go against our defense in practice, because when you go against a good defense, that makes you better. But it's not even about them. It's about us. And it's about us getting better, and it's about us, in turn, all our guys competing to make each other raise their level. And so I'm excited for those guys. They're all healthy. They've all been here a year. They've kind of got their feet wet. They've got that part over with, and now they can go compete and really show what they can do.
Coach, we've got Susan Miller-Degnan from the Miami Herald.
There's Susan.
Hey, Coach, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Last year was so strange. You didn't know your spring would be cut off after 4 practices. Does that in any way affect your planning in general perspective, the way you intend to do things this spring? knowing even when you look at Manny said the NCAA basketball stuff, all kids are still getting COVID. And, how do you deal with that?
I think you can never obviously let your guard down, even though we're all hoping we're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel with this deal. And obviously, because we haven't been in a season for the last 2 months, it could be easy to do that. But so you can never kind of just assume anything right now, I think. We learned that last year. You can't assume that you're going to get the next week or even the next practice. At the same time, basketball's had good success this year for the most part. And obviously football, we were able to have a season. And so our guys know the protocols. We know how to go about it. I think we do a good job of here with the protocols and keeping people safe, and our kids have bought in. So like everybody knows, you can do everything right and have a positive test. So it's, but we've been through it, and spring is no different. We know how badly we need these spring practices, and it's time to develop and improve. We have no reason to believe we're not going to get to do it all, but again, you just take it one day at a time, and I think just keep doing what we did that allowed us to get through our season and play 11 games.
Can I have one quick follow?
Sure.
The quarterback situation, can you talk a little bit more specifically about Jake? I know he's being limited, and like in what way and why, and also we don't hear much about Peyton, Matoka, and Tyler.
Yeah, with regards to Jake, Jake had a minor injury to kind of his foot in his senior season in high school, and he played through it the last 5 or 6 weeks, and they won a state championship. So it was nothing major that he couldn't play. And so since he got here, we've just been trying to do things to try to help that situation totally heal to where there's no issues or setbacks. He's progressing each week. He'll be out there with us on Monday, and and when we say maybe a limited capacity, but he'll be throwing, he'll be taking reps. I have fully expect him to continue to improve and do more and more as the spring goes on. So we're excited about that. I don't think at this time there's any reason to believe there's any major issues there. With regards to Peyton and Tyler, I'm really just excited to get to see them. I mean, look, I'm going to learn a ton about them myself. They worked extremely hard. Both guys had at least been in our system for a year, so they have an idea what they're doing. But there's no substitution for real reps, whether it's with the ones or the twos or a scrimmage. And those guys are that's the blessing of this spring, with Derek being out. Those guys are going to get more reps than they ever would have gotten to grow, develop, and show what they can do. And, Peyton's a really athletic kid. There was the time during this season in COVID world that we were losing so many guys. Literally on a Tuesday or Wednesday practice, he went over and played safety for a day. I mean, he'd never done it before, didn't know what to do. He did okay. He was back with us the next day, fortunately, our depth was okay, but he was preparing to do that. That's how athletic he is. And he loves Miami. He loves the game. And then obviously Tyler just has something about him. There's an intangible trait about Tyler. Yeah, he can throw the football well, and he's a talented athlete, but there's just something about him. He just does everything right. He competes hard. The guys love him. He carries himself like you want a quarterback to carry himself. So I'm excited to see him get those opportunities as well.
Thank you.
Coach, we're going to go next to Manny Navarro at The Athletic. Manny?
Hey, Coach Lashlee. Two questions. Hey, 2 questions for you. First one is on the quarterbacks. The second one's on tight ends. The quarterbacks. With De'Aaron King, obviously, you want him to be able to, at some point, come back and have time to work with those receivers before the season starts. Is there a date in your mind? Have you heard any dates as far as when he might be able to actually begin, working 7-on-7 and so forth? And just the importance of getting that in before the season starts.
Yeah, that's a great question. Obviously, very important. De'Aaron is doing exactly what anybody who knows De'Aaron in the last year would do, and he is doing a phenomenal job with his rehab. Everything is on track. He's probably exceeding expectations in a lot of areas. So, and that's not a shock to anybody here. I just kind of, when it happened, I knew, okay, well, almost in a joking way, was like, well, what's the record for the fastest guy coming back from an ACL? Because whatever that is, he's going to beat it. But fortunately, we don't have to rush that process, and we're not going to. But he's doing great. And, I don't have a date. The doctors, I can't speak for them. They haven't given us a date that they would clear him. But I would fully expect that, you know, by this summer he's able to throw with the receivers and do 7-on-7 and do all those things, you know, May, June, and July that we would want him to do leading up to a fall camp. I just, unless we have some unexpected setback, I don't see any reason that won't happen. So from that standpoint, I feel really good that he's going to have plenty of time to get ready going into fall camp.
And then just as a quick follow-up about the tight ends, obviously Will's not going to be here for the spring, Coach told us. I know Elijah Arroyo's on campus. Just if you could talk about that group in particular and what you hope to get out of them. You know, obviously with Will out, I know he's going to be the top guy, but just those guys and those opportunities.
Yeah, it kind of goes back to the same with Derek. You know,
Lashlee is very good in interviews, bro.
Veteran guys,
He's very
guys
good.
who have done it and proven that they're reliable. And sure, you'd love to continue to develop chemistry and those things with those guys. But with Will being out, it's kind of like Derek. I'm really excited to see, can Larry Hodges, can Dom Memorelli, you know, can they take a next step and really, now that opportunity without Brevin or Will out there, you know, what can they go do and what kind of jump can they make? Because we're going to need them this year. Even if Will's back and healthy, we're going to need those guys to be successful. You mentioned a guy like Elijah Arroyo. He's a guy that we have high expectations for. We think he's going to be a really good football player here and fits what we want to do. And so it just kind of, he's a little bit like Jake in that some of these high school guys that come in mid-year, they're coming off of maybe being dinged up here or there coming out of high school. And so you don't want to just throw them in there until they're totally ready, but we're hoping we can get some good work out of him in the spring and see what he can do. And even Michael Parrott, you know, he's not really a tight end. He's not really a running back. He's kind of a throwback fullback. And we're even going to use him in the spring and try to find a good role for him because I think he can help us.
Coach, this is the last one for you. We got Daryl Streeter from FOOTBALLVILLE. Daryl, go ahead for Coach Lashlee.
Coach, real fast, in your experience, year two in your offense, what could we see? Do you usually see an up in points? Do you add some more wrinkles? What will we see in year two?
That's a great question. I mean, yeah, we would love to see an uptick in points and really everything. But I think, you know, you can focus on like the result, like, hey, we want to score more points in year two than we did year one and all that. That's great. But what's the process that's going to get us there? And I think the biggest thing that you would hope to get in year two in general is just more consistency. Guys are comfortable. They understand what we're doing. So if we're a little more consistent, we can execute at a higher level. You know, and then on top of it being not only year two, but year two when in year one, we didn't get a full spring. We didn't have a normal kind of off season. This is really the first time we're getting a normal spring, we hope, and summer to really install it. But in fairness, though, our guys are ahead of the game, right? We played a season. And so I would like to think that our guys, you know, there's several phases to ball, in my opinion. You know, first of all, you got to learn what to do, okay? And then you got to learn how to do it, all right? But the third level and the hardest level to get to is the why, you know? And this is how you do it fundamentally. I think we can improve on the how, you know, in terms of just getting better fundamentally. We should know what to do, but now why? Like, why does this play work? How does everything go? How does this guy's job affect my job? And I think when our guys get to that level of understanding the why, it just gives them a better understanding. They can execute at a higher level and kind of think more like the coaches do. So I would hope we can take that step. And, you know, just the biggest thing for us is if we can do that and execute higher level, be more consistent, the biggest thing we got to do, we just got to have fewer negative plays. And that was killer for us all year. That's a number that has to go down. And, you know, I think if it does, you'll see hopefully our consistency improve. And maybe all those numbers you were talking about will go up.
All right.
Great. Coach Lashlee, thank you very much for spending a few minutes with us today before spring ball gets started. And I'm sure we'll be talking to you soon.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Recording stopped.
All right, man. Y'all heard Lashlee, man. Lashlee awesome, bro. Lashlee awesome in the film room. But all right, man. We've been on here for about 2 hours, man. Hour and a half. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get up out of here, man. So we appreciate y'all. You want to get involved in the stock market, I know you got paid today, 786-405-9499. You got to go send out some tweets. I missed the whole part of last what he was saying. I couldn't write it down in any notes. But man, I appreciate y'all, man. I'm D. I'm out.